What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another vlog. You guys have probably no idea that I'm even on the East Coast right now, but yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm visiting some family and friends out here, and while I'm here, I'm gonna be doing a couple parks, one of which I haven't been to in a number of years, and this is Six Flags America in Maryland. I'm here with my Aunt Sherry.
Woo!
That was really loud.
We're gonna have a blast today.
You're not a big coaster person, but you're willing to try a couple.
Yes, I am.
And you don't like going upside down, but you're also willing to go upside down a couple times.
Once or twice. When I start to feel like I'm gonna puke, I will stop.
I said no promises. You may actually throw up, but it would make for good material in the video or a thumbnail. So Six Flags America, the park we're at now, I think, I've always said, is an underrated amusement park. I think a part of the reason why is its reputation. The park had a maybe sketchy reputation way back then. It's changed a lot for the better though, in my opinion. The other thing is there's a lot of competition nearby. Kings Dominion, Hershey Park, and they are better parks, but this one's not bad at all in my opinion. They have a really nice variety of rides.
It's actually really pretty.
Yeah, the front gate is nice. I think this park's reputation just isn't warranted these days. Look at the landscaping at the front. You have this pretty cool entrance. They are doing their Fright Fest event. We might not stay late enough to actually see all that, but still looking forward to seeing all the decor around the park. The park opened in 1982, opened as Wild World. That was way before it was a Six Flags, but they eventually swooped in and bought the park. Unfortunately, the Six Flags company doesn't really invest a lot into this park, probably because of its competition nearby. In my opinion, they really do deserve a new coaster investment one of these days. However, their lineup, as it is pretty good. They have 9 coasters, and I think almost all of them are worth riding once or twice. So yeah, let's head in here and get on some of our favorite, so let's get in. I'm so bad. So first up, I know it's kind of crazy, we're actually heading to the Vekoma SLC first. It used to operate as Binder Racer, but recently they refreshed this area into Steamtown. And look at this, this looks great. All the landscaping around here and then the building style they went with. This coaster back here is quite a bit different than when I last rode it, and I said it was a total piece of crap. It is now Professor Screamor's Skywinder, I think something like that. It's an original theme though, which I'm really happy about. They didn't theme it to some DC character. They got rid of the old trains and now has vest restraints, so it should be a lot more comfortable. The track work is the same. It'll still be a little rough, I think, but it is an intense layout, and I think since you won't be able to get headbanging, the ride will be moderately enjoyable, so I am looking forward to getting on this. So check out the new restraints. This is so much better than the old over-the-shoulder restraints. A lot less opportunity for any headbanging or neck banging. Oh, and look at the skyline. This park looks great. I'm actually very impressed by the upkeep here. It looks really nice right now. Professor Screamor's Skywinder. Crazy name. Let's do it. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh! It's not too bad. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Not too bad. I actually enjoyed that for what it was. It is still rough, but the restraints and new trains help a lot. The ride looks great. I really like the new color scheme they went with. I wish I had a little bit more theming, but also the other thing I really appreciate about that, running 2 trains, good operations. That's another thing this park's known for, is having not so great operations, but from what I remember a couple years ago, is the operations were actually quite good. I think they heard a lot of old criticism and decided to step up, and so hopefully that is a reoccurring theme throughout the day as well. Next up for us is going to be Superman Ride of Steel. That's the headliner in the park. Intamin hyper coaster that opened in the year 2000. This is a very underrated roller coaster. I really like the sense of speed when you're in the front row. And yeah, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be the first coaster I'm gonna get my aunt on. Your first coaster is going to be the tallest and fastest coaster in your home state.
He wants to get me sick right from the start.
Absolutely, because think of the thumbnail. It would be incredible.
Lovely, and then we ruin the whole day.
And then I'm gonna make her ride Batwing, which that's really gonna get to her.
I'm not gonna get sick. I'm gonna be fine.
Let's do it. Superman Ride of Steel, everyone. All right, it's time. Superman Ride of Steel. This thing is great. I'm super excited to ride this. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared. It's beautiful up here.
It is. The weather is amazing today. It's probably the biggest coaster you've ever been on.
It is probably.
Great views of Joker's Jinx, which I look forward to riding. You got the wooden coaster Wild One back there. It's a great skyline. Oh my gosh. We're way up here. Woo! was a ride on Superman, Ride of Steel. That thing is fantastic. I mean, what a headliner. Batwing is gonna have a lot to live up to, because I think, yeah, that's probably gonna end up being my favorite ride in the park after a revisit to Six Flags America. The sense of speed in the front row, oh my God, my eyes were watering on that thing. And you guys know I'm a sucker for a coaster that really has emphasis on speed, and that's one of the better ones out there, honestly, just because of how much that twist low to the ground has that straight section, which a lot of people don't like because they say it's generic. But in my opinion, it's pretty fun in the front because you feel the speed very well, and this has some really good air time. And I just did a clone of this in New York at Six Flags Darien Lake, and in my opinion, it was nowhere near as good. I don't know what it was, but this one runs so much better than the Darien Lake one, in my opinion, and my aunt really liked it.
I did. The thing that I find unusual is this one goes 75 miles per hour, and Tron and Disney goes 60 miles per hour. And even though you're going faster, you don't feel like you're going faster. And that's absolutely crazy. It didn't feel bad at all.
Your eyes do water though. And I think the coaster's overall pretty smooth too. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. It was really smooth, fast. You get a lot of good air time.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't bother your stomach at all. I was expecting it to bother my stomach. I feel nothing, and we just ate breakfast.
Awesome. So you're ready for Batwing then. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Across from Superman, you can see the next coaster we're going to do, Batwing, which is a Vekoma Flying Dutchman, one of 2 left in the world. The other one's at Carowinds, which I did not too long ago. This is a very, again, underrated coaster. It just doesn't get talked about much, but it's a ton of fun. You're flying on your stomach, but eventually it kind of flips you around like on your back at one point, goes upside down a few times. You're also going to try this one, right?
Yeah, I am.
That's good to hear. Yeah, this is a pretty cool ride. I just love it also for how rare it is. I'm so glad the park is maintaining it as well as they do. It's opened in 2001 for Superman that we just did, open in 2000. So this park did have some golden years, but it's just really a shame that they don't get much love these days. We are going up the lift hill for Batwing. We are on our backs right now. My aunt is just taking a little bit of a nap. This is a crazy ride. I told her she needed to try it once because it's so different from pretty much any coaster out there. All right, we're at the top. We're gonna flip onto our stomachs. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Whoa! 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 Whoa, onto our backs! Oh! Wow! Wow! Oh my God! Whoa! We got a screamer. Whoa! Whoa! And into the brakes! Oh!
No, I did not like that.
That was a ride on Batwing. I don't think you're very happy.
No, it made my knees weak. For some reason, your legs just kind of sit there, and it hurts your legs and makes your knees feel weak, and it's just very bumpy. It's not
It's
for
bumpy
me.
to you?
Yeah, it's a rough ride.
I don't think it's that
So,
rough.
and then you
It's a
feel like
little
you're
bit.
upside down half the time, so. But again, your stomach doesn't feel ill. It's just not for me.
I really like Batwing. I think it's a very fun coaster, and it does some things to your body that not many coasters do. I mean, when it flips you on your back and you go through that loop, the positive G-force on that is crazy. I mean, that is so intense. Like, I'm graying out on that part. And some of the inline twists are really fun too. They're a lot more comfortable than the corkscrews on Nighthawk at Carowinds, which is definitely the most similar coaster to this in the world. I really like both though. I've always found them to be quite underappreciated. Clearly not to you.
No, I don't recommend it, but you'll get a good cry from the wind.
Hey, at least you did it. You're gonna need a little bit of a coaster break though, so I'm gonna hop on Joker's Jinx. Here's a look at Joker's Jinx, just a twisted mess of track. Us coaster enthusiasts, we call this type of thing a spaghetti bowl. This is a Premier Rides LIM launch coaster that opened in 1999. So yes, it takes off at the beginning, goes to 60 miles per hour, and then you have all these twists, turns, and inversions. It's overall a pretty smooth, fun ride. Very loud ride. Woo! Oh! Oh my God. So intense. Oh my gosh. the top of this. This is weird pacing. Whoa! It's so weird. Whoa! Whoa! Woo! Whoa! Wow. Pretty crazy. Oh boy, Joker's Jinx is intense, but not always. There's parts where it kind of meanders and isn't doing a whole lot. I'm personally not a big fan of coasters that have that inconsistency in its pacing, and you kind of get that with Premier Ride Skyrocket 2 model as well. So that's just a reoccurring theme throughout the company, in my opinion. Not a big fan of that manufacturer. I don't think their coasters are all too great all the time, but it was moderately smooth. It has a great launch, and the inversions are very forceful. It's not all bad. It's just personally not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the Spaghetti Bowl model by Premier. We're gonna get on the chair swing ride, Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth. This will be a nice scenic tour of the park. And what's kind of cool is for Fright Fest tonight, they're actually gonna be running this backwards, which is really cool. I'm really happy to see that this park does that as well. I know that's a thing throughout all the Six Flags parks. You ready for a nice relaxing ride?
Yes.
Except now we're going backwards, but it's not that fast. It shouldn't bother you too much.
No, it's pretty up here.
Yeah, you're gonna get a nice view.
The breeze feels nice, cools us down.
Although I was under the impression that it was only gonna go backwards tonight, so this is really pretty though. I really like this park's location, just in the woods. You get a lot of rides that interact with it pretty well. Like Superman just goes way out into the forest.
I can't believe they're ruining my hair by going back. Woohoo!
Oh man, oh that guy is not happy. He is not happy at all. Lanternflies take over the East Coast and you're supposed to kill him. Kill it, kill it. Oh my god, jeez. He does not want to die. And he's gone.
Woohoo!
You want to kill them because they're harmful towards the environment, and they have taken over the East Coast this time of year. I know they're really bad in Pennsylvania at like Hershey Park, but they're even out here in Maryland, everywhere. Here's another one. Oh no. Demonetized. Oh, she's like, no way. Harley Quinn Spinsanity. Giant pendulum ride from Zamperla. These things are fantastic. At the apex of these swings, you get so much airtime. The sense of speed is crazy. And this is one of the newer rides in the park, so I'm glad to see them investing in at least some quality. Oh boy, here we go. And I don't know for sure, but this is probably the second highest ride in the park behind Superman. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh! Woo! Oh my gosh. I put myself through a lot of intense rides today, guys. I'm already feeling kind of queasy. And we've only been here a couple hours. Damn. Here's our next priority. We have Wild One, which is an over 100-year-old wooden roller coaster. It kind of looks like crap, but it's actually pretty smooth.
We better not die on this roller coaster.
No, I promise it's safe. Just because it looks like it's deteriorating. It could use a repaint, to be honest. A lot of the coasters in this park do look really good and have gotten refreshes, so I hope Wild One is one of the ones that follows. Looking forward to the Wild One, and this is an American coaster enthusiast ace landmark, recognized for its historical significance. This ride does have a lot of history. It opened in 1916 originally at a park in Massachusetts. Eventually it was moved here to Maryland in 1986, and that was a $3.5 million expansion of the park. Really impressive. Here we go on Wild One. This is awesome. Oldest coaster in the park. Great airtime on this ride. Great views in this park. All right, Wild One, let's see what you got. Double down. Whoa! Whoa! Wow. Whoa! And we got a final helix at the end. Wow. Unreal. Wild One is so good. I did it twice, once in the front and once in the back. And that second ride I did in the back, I don't understand how it's even smoother in the back than the front. I mean, in general, it's so well maintained for its age. I cannot believe how smooth that ride is. But also, the amount of airtime in the back, I was launched out of my seat so many times. That was incredible. The double down, and then the hill after that, you get some crazy laterals. No, that was amazing. I think that's top 3 in the park for sure. My aunt didn't like it so much. She thought it was pretty rough, but I'm trying to explain, for its age, that was actually so fun.
This is funny though.
Yeah, she was admiring that Voodoo Drop, the drop tower, is actually closed due to bees and wasps at the top of the tower. And you get a lot of that on some of the coasters here, but there's a lot of bees in this park. So this is kind of interesting. We're actually going to be checking out a show here at Six Flags America called Steam Heist. It's a stunt show of some kind. Really cool set here. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I don't think I've ever seen a show at any Six Flags park. I'm not expecting anything, you know, Disney quality, Universal quality, but this should still be really fun.
Thank you all very much. Citizens and guests of Coyote Creek, guys over there.
So this dude is Professor Screamore, which is the theme of the first coaster I rode today.
Save yourself, madam. Go! Wait, okay, he's got a knife.
Oh my god.
So stupid.
When I woke up this morning, I had a brilliant idea. I went to one of our town's innovation and ingenuity can be enjoyed by all. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present my plans for Steam Town. Yes, thank you, you may applaud.
You know, I'm really impressed. I really liked that show. That was quite fun. Very funny. There were some cool effects. I cut the clip too early. There was a really cool fireball blast because what happened was they actually pushed the villain down a minecart into a like cave or something, and then they threw a dynamite in that cave, and then the whole thing exploded. It was pretty crazy. But the theme of that was really cool because it tells you about Professor Screamore, who of course has an invention down at the end of this area, Steamtown, which is new for this year. That being, of course, Skywinder, which is that Vekoma SLC. But it's really cool how they themed everything together, Steamtown and that show. We're gonna go ahead and get on Roar up next. This is the park's other wooden roller coaster. This one opened in 1998 from Great Coasters International. It was one of the company's original rides, so in my opinion, one of their weakest coasters. Not that exciting. I don't find it as rough as some people say. It's just a layout that doesn't really do a whole lot. You're kind of crawling on top of some of these hills and you don't go very fast, so it is what it is. Oh, Firebird is just stuck at the top of the lift hill for the 3rd time today that I've seen it. That's kind of hilarious. We haven't done that yet. We'll probably do that next. It's time for Roar!
Let's roar!
Ready? Oh, it's so pretty though around here. Down the drop. Whoa! Whoa! Not too bad. Whoa! Whoa! It's quite aggressive actually. Woo! You know, that really was not that bad. Roar was actually quite fun for what it was.
I had a lot of airtime, although I thought it was a little rough side to side.
But not as bad as you thought,
bad.
right?
No, it was actually quite smooth for a wooden coaster.
Yeah, like that actually had some good airtime. Keep in mind, we were in the very front row. I have never ridden that coaster outside of the front, and I imagine it's a lot rougher maybe if you're sitting towards the back or somewhere in the middle. But no, like getting pushed over those hills, you do kind of come out of your seat a little bit. Not as much as Wild One. I still think that's a much better coaster. And I do think Rocky Mountain Construction should come in and revitalize this attraction, make it a hybrid coaster with the steel track, and then they could add inversions, tons of airtime. That would be an amazing fit for this park. But in general, Roar was actually a pretty fun coaster. I did like that. Looks like it's not going to open anytime soon. Firebird, there's some people actually walking down the stairs, down the lift hill. Supposedly it's been like this for quite a while, so probably going to pass on Firebird today, which is okay because I don't think it's a very good coaster. But it is a significant ride because it was one of the most revolutionary roller coaster manufacturers ever, Bolliger & Mabillard's first coaster ever. This used to operate at Six Flags Great America as Iron Wolf, and then eventually it was moved to Six Flags America as Apocalypse. And then a couple years ago, actually, they redid it and turned it into a floorless coaster. So they replaced the trains and gave it a repaint. I will say it looks really good. Like the colors look great. I believe there was a fireball effect down there at one point. And the trains are a lot more comfortable, but yeah, the ride is just pretty rough, and I appreciate the park doing what they can to preserve it. It is a pretty cool piece of history, but the ride does not excite me personally. So that's definitely one I'm okay with skipping anyways. That's gonna do it then from Six Flags America. Pretty much did everything I wanted to do minus Firebird, which frankly I didn't want to do that bad, but yeah, there's no way with how long that's been stuck on the lift hill. I've just been lapping Superman, and I wanted to do Batwing again. That's also down, so that ride's kind of known for breaking down though. Overall though, we got pretty lucky with crowds. It's been super quiet. I think it's always quiet at this park though, given its reputation. And all the rides I did, I thought were really fun. I mean, this park does have an underrated collection of rides and attractions. And in general, the park actually looks a lot nicer than I think a lot of people make it out to be. It still has that Six Flagsy feel to it, but there's a good attempt towards landscaping the park. It has a decent atmosphere of this place. I do like it. Did you have fun?
Oh, I enjoyed myself a lot. Superman was awesome. It was smoother than I thought it would be. Yeah, that was definitely my favorite.
Same here though.
Just coming here during Halloween really makes it nicer because you get to see the Halloween decorations. It is definitely underrated. I would highly recommend it.
Thank you all so much for watching. Come out to Six Flags America if you're in the area. It really is worth the stop. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.